I am just so pleased that Lee Fong can join us to talk about this. Back when Citizens United was decided in 2010, Justice Stevens wrote in his dissenting opinion that, this, by using the logic of the 5 votes in the majority on Citizens United, Tokyo Rose during World War II. She was the famous Japanese siren who was, telling the U.S. soldiers to just give up and you're going to lose and, all this kind of stuff. Tokyo Rose could contribute to U.S. political campaigns. I mean, she'd have free speech, free political speech in the United States. Well, it turns out that maybe not Tokyo Rose, maybe the 9/11 hijackers. I think 17 of them were Saudis, as I recall. Lee Fong would know. Lee Fong, literally one of the best investigative journalists working in this country right now, contributing writer to The Nation magazine, thenation.com. He's got a new article called Saudi-Led Oil Lobby Group Finance 2012 Dark Money Attack Ads. Lee, welcome back to the program.
Hey, thank you so much for having me, Tom. It's an honor to be here.
Oh, thanks for joining us. Tell us what you found. Let's just lay this thing out.
Well, the Citizens United decision opened a significant loophole that kind of cleared the way for foreign influence in our elections. Essentially, by taking away the rules that forced donations to political campaigns to come from individuals, instead allowing artificial creations of the law, corporations, either for-profit or non-profit, to spend unlimited amounts, that leaves the ability of foreign corporations, foreign agents, to influence our elections with no disclosure. And the way that this has already happened since 2010, when the decision was made, is through trade associations, these multinational lobbying organizations that can now act like super PACs or campaign committees, except, again, with no disclosure. Many of these organizations were led by foreigners for many years. The only difference now is that they can spend in our campaigns.
So who is Tawfiq al-Ghabsani, and why should we care?
Tawfiq al-Ghabsani is a lobbyist, a foreign agent for the Saudi government.
He's registered with the U.S. government as a foreign agent representing the Saudi government, right?
That's right. He's registered with the Department of Justice. They have a registry of foreign agents, people who represent foreign governments here in the United States.
Right.
So he's registered there, but he's also an executive with the Saudi Arabian oil company, the state-run oil Goliath, one of the largest in the world. But what's interesting in the context of our election is that he's one of the board members of the American Petroleum Institute, the oil lobby group. And so the American Petroleum Institute for many years was prohibited from directly spending in American elections, but Citizens United changed that. So Mr. al-Ghabsani and his fellow board members have made the decision to start using their membership dues, their corporate money, which is composed of both American and foreign oil money, to basically shovel that money to groups that have run ads, in this case, pretty partisan ads, in favor of Republicans and against Democrats, all over the country. We have new disclosures showing that they're spending, in 2011, they spent about $500,000 on groups that just pummeled Democrats, including President Obama, and promoted Republicans like Senator Scott Brown. Also, they did a lot of marketing in terms of, supporting oil subsidies, attacking climate change, that sort of thing. But what's really a big marked shift that didn't happen before is that now that they can give really unlimited sums to groups that are engaging in very partisan electioneering activity.
So an official agent of the government that has historically, for example, published textbooks and sent them all around the world saying that Jews make holiday meal foods out of the blood of Arab children, I mean, this is literally, the Saudi government has subsidized this kind of thing. The country that sent us, was it 14 or 17 of the 9/11 hijackers? Do you remember the number, Lee?
I don't have the number on hand.
Yeah, but anyhow, the majority of the 9/11 hijackers, Saudi Arabia, which is theoretically an ally of ours, but it's a brutal dictatorship. It's a kingdom. This country, or an agent of this country, is taking this country and the Saudi royal family's money and using it to buy our politicians to promote, to promote and some politicians in the United States and damage, discredit, or trash others. Am I saying that bluntly enough?
The Saudi government has gone on record that they'd like to play a role in some of our legislative and policy debates. I mean, just
You're kidding.
2 years ago, their representative at Copenhagen said we'd like to derail the climate change laws that President Obama tried to enact. I mean, there are obvious implications here. And again, this exact agent of the Saudi government is playing a big role because the American Petroleum Institute, they've had the largest sway over our climate and energy laws out of any other lobby group.
Now, when Citizens United was passed, and President Obama famously called it out in his State of the Union address, and Judge Sam Alito mouthed the words "not so" or something. It wasn't, "you lie." that was the other guy.
Not true.
Not true. Yeah, thank you. And there were a number of people on the right and the hard right, and who were. I had them on this program and on my TV program, who said, there's no possibility that foreign countries are going to be funding our elections. So you're not going to see that happen. That would bring discredit to the candidates. They wouldn't want that to happen. We have a minute left. Is it playing out that way?
I would agree. I mean, if it was disclosed, I think that would actually hurt a candidate. But that's the rub here. I mean, I'm just finding some of these details now, and if you haven't noticed, the election's already over. If people knew about this during the course of the election, I think they would be apoplectic. But that's the nature of our campaigns now. It's all secret money. It's all undisclosed. The lobbyists and the foreign agents, they know where the money's coming from. But the American people, they have no clue. Yeah.
And somehow I'm guessing, given that the second largest stockholder of Fox News, of News Corp, is a Saudi prince, they're not going to be covering this story.
No.
Yeah. So this is quite remarkable. Although it could just as easily have been China or Vietnam or Mexico or Colombia or Canada. I mean,
absolutely. That's the loophole.
Yeah, amazing. Lee Fong doing brilliant writing for The Nation magazine, thenation.com. Check out his new piece, Saudi-led oil lobby group financed 2012 dark money attack ads. We'll have a link over to Thom Hartmann as well. Lee, thanks for being with us today.
Tom. Thank you so much.
Great talking to you.